dorms were built in the 1950s. They came from blueprints for a prison. Underneath the boys' dorm is where Nightmare Factory happens. The state came and did a study and deemed it unsafe for habitable use because it's seismically unsafe. So no boys stay in this section of the dorm. We had to close 12 rooms, so at least 40 kids could be housed there that cannot. I worry that this building, it's like a ticking time bomb. If it's uninhabitable, we can't run the haunted house downstairs in the basement. The Nightmare Factory provides us with the funds that we need to keep programs going. Without Nightmare Factory, you will lose the school as a whole.
We have to maintain this school. If this school closes, that's it. There is no other school for deaf people in Oregon.
Oregon School for the Blind closed last August. Sadly, the money was just not there, so that definitely shook us to our core. We are the only state school in Oregon for the deaf and hard of hearing population.
The kids come here feeling isolated, withdrawn, not sure where they fit. Here, they have an opportunity.
About half of our students are dormitory students, so they're residential. The students really connect to being here as their second home, really.
I had a hard time in mainstream hearing school. Here, they had a social life. Deaf people understood what everyone was saying. It felt good.
When I went to mainstream school, I tried to join 8th grade football and track, but it was impossible. I couldn't communicate with the coach. When I came here to OSD, I joined football, track, and basketball. It was very easy to understand because my coach was deaf. It was great.
Ever since I came here, I had a better educational success, and I have more good self-esteem. I felt a lot better. School is like a medicine to me.
Because of the state of the economy all over the U.S., it hit Oregon especially hard, I think. But we're making do with the resources we have to provide a good education and the little extras we work hard to fundraise for. Our fundraising efforts are amazing. We have a haunted house on campus.
Welcome to the Nightmare Factory itself. We have found some of the top fears people have, and we plan on that. The students are involved in the painting of the walls, the decorating, and then when we're open, they're involved in the operation of the haunted house.
I make people so scared. I move really quickly around them, and I scare people well.
The kids get so much out of this. But the buildings are quite old, and they need some help. The dorms were built in the 1950s. They came from blueprints for a prison. Underneath the boys' dorm is where Nightmare Factory happens. The state came and did a study and deemed it unsafe for habitable use because it's seismically unsafe. So no boys stay in this section of the dorm. We had to close 12 rooms, so at least 40 kids could be housed there that cannot. I worry that this building, it's like a ticking time bomb. If it's uninhabitable, we can't run the haunted house downstairs in the basement. The Nightmare Factory provides us with the funds that we need to keep programs going. Without Nightmare Factory, you will lose the school as a whole.
We have to maintain this school. If this school closes, that's it. There is no other school for deaf people in Oregon.
Oregon School for the Blind closed last August. Sadly, the money was just not there, so that definitely shook us to our core because what we want for our students, we need a deaf school.
We are deaf kids. We can do big things. Please, ABC, come and help us.
Wow. Awesome, right?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Those are so sweet.
Today is also the celebration of our 140th anniversary. Matter of fact, today we're celebrating that birthday with the 140th anniversary barbecue.
Well, how do you say let's do it in sign?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Well, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
It means that the school will stay open.
I can tell that this is why they told you seismically it's unsafe. Because the whole thing's just on pillars. Codes are not the same as they were back then. Yeah.
So this would be, what area is this?
This is the pre-show.
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 The haunted house allows these kids to get their hands dirty, get in and actually build this, create this. It allows them to act.
This is the makeup and costume room.
Someone gets ready in here. Lockers. These are pretty spooky. This funds things for books and uniforms and everything else to help the school run. And right now, that's in jeopardy. We've got to do the right things to make sure the school stays open and the haunted house is around for years to come.
Is this part of the haunted house?
You're getting ready to go
Okay,
in.
this is backstage
This is
stuff.
all, yeah, and this is all dark. You walk, but on your own. You're on your own as you walk down this hall.
Your heart's racing.
People are
yelling, screaming down there.
Turn back now!
You go
better action out of it.
What? Why does it scare you? Here, I'll hold your hand. I've got you.
I mean, look, it just
Right now, it really does feel like you're in lockdown. It's lights out.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Right.
And that's probably not the most positive environment to learn in. So this week, we're building a new dorm for the Oregon School for the Deaf, and we're gonna be actually rebuilding a haunted house. With budget cutbacks, it's really tough to keep a school like OSD going. That's why, you know, the haunted house is such a huge part of this, because in that 1 week out of the year, they raise enough money to keep the school going. If we push the envelope on this, this could be one of the greatest haunted houses ever. The guy who's leading the charge, I'm talking about Rich Duncan and his whole team from Rich Duncan Construction!
You know, it's just really a deep honor for us to come here and build something that was going to get the kids out of there and into something new and what they need to have. So.
Awesome, man. Okay, so students, there's someone here who's got some fantastic news. His name is Bill Austin, and he runs a foundation called the Starkey Hearing Foundation.
We're inviting all of these kids and family to get on a plane tomorrow morning. We're taking you to Minnesota, where the hearing aids are made. We're going to use the latest and best technology possible to make every person hear just as much as they possibly can.
We're gonna really change some lives, because Bill Austin and those guys from the Starkey are literally taking the kids, their families, flying them up to Minnesota to put state-of-the-art hearing aids in so some of them can hear for the very first time in their life. It's gonna be a big week. Well, it sounds like it's time to turn it up a notch. You guys ready?
You have stepped up to the plate twice, huh?
It's wild.
So
Wild.
you're gonna help us with
Two
this down
projects.
here.
Yeah, the dorm itself and the haunted house. I mean, it's huge.
I'll tell you what, once you help me get this cleaned up, I'm gonna help create the scariest, most wild nightmare factory you could ever dream up.
We'll get it done for you.
The boys' dorm clearly doesn't work for these kids. It was built off plans for a prison, but it's a great location for a haunted house. So instead of demolishing the old dorm, we're gonna build a brand new state-of-the-art dorm on an open field next door. And we're gonna fix the seismic issues underneath the old dorm so we can keep the nightmare factory alive. People will be lining up for years to come and see it. Well, here's what I'm thinking, since this is a school, making it like a school.
Right, like all of a sudden something's happened.
So every year in the haunted house, they manufacture different nightmares. Our nightmare this week is the school. Haunted school, ghoul school.